Hey everyone, it's Russ Nesovich. Good evening. It is actually pretty late on Thursday evening, and I wanted to check in today. I've been thinking about what I wanted to say pretty much the entire day. We've been trying to put out videos on estate planning, tax tips, all sorts of stuff, and doing estate planning as we come into the new year. Yesterday, we interviewed a realtor, so trying to bring value, but it felt disingenuous to comment on something like estate planning today with everything that happened yesterday in Washington, D.C. So we were watching the events in D.C. closely today. Luckily, it seems that there was a peaceful day. But we wanted to comment on the events from yesterday from the perspective of an attorney, frankly. So in law school, you take constitutional law as a requirement, not to mention all the classes that you probably take just because you have an interest in government if you go into something like the law. And the events yesterday were certainly disturbing. We are adamant that the right to assembly, the right to free speech is something that we should all take advantage of. If you don't like something, you have the right and the ability in this great country of ours to change it. Regardless of what you are trying to change and what you feel strongly about, and regardless of what your position is on certain things, it's never right to be violent, to destroy property, to fear monger, to hurt others, or to do any of those things while you are trying to instill change. So we support tremendously everyone's right to assemble, right to protest, right to speech, right to an opinion. No matter what side of the aisle you are on, we don't support anyone's right to violence or anyone's right to do any of the things that happened yesterday or that we saw during rioting and during events earlier this year. Those people who cause damage to public property, who hurt others, who are violent, should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, regardless of what side they fall on. Additionally, I would suggest that doing those types of things does nothing to help anyone. And I will wrap this up by leaving you with the words of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And I wanted to get the quote exactly right, so I have it here in front of me. And there's actually two that I would like to read you. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, former Supreme Court Justice, and also a former Rutgers Law professor. For those of you who don't know, she actually taught at Rutgers Law in Newark for a number of years. And there's two things that she said that I think really apply to this moment. The first is that you should fight for the things that you care about, but that you should do it in a way that will lead others to join you. And the second is that reacting in anger or annoyance will not advance one's ability to persuade. So with that, I'm going to wrap this up. And I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank everybody. I hope you have had so far a wonderful new year. I think that we all have better days ahead as things settle down. I certainly don't think this is the end of America, as many people will tell you. I think that we've been through times that seem just as dark, whether they be Vietnam, Watergate, or many other things that we have been through where it felt like the fiber of this country was being torn apart. This is probably yet another one of those times. It always seems worse when you're living through it. But at the end of the day, this great country has always come through and come out shining on the other side. And hopefully we will do that again. So I wish you a wonderful good night, and I look forward to giving you estate planning tips tomorrow. Thank you.